Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we have a Phyrexia All-Be-One Collector Booster Box. Fully sealed and intact, ready to go. Now at the end of this video, we're going to be doing a special 3-box comparative analysis, so make sure you stay tuned to the end for that. Alright, there we go. Got our packs all laid out. 12 glorious packs of untold value. So let's just go ahead and jump right in with pack number 1. I'm going to try and avoid the pull tabs in this opening because we have had quite a bit of success with these packs in the rare and mythic slots. Not so much in the token, common, or uncommon. But this pack starts off with a Rebel token. And immediately behind that, we are going to see a Monumental Corruption coming in from the Commander set in foil, followed by a Rhea Ivor Bane of Bladehold coming in Showcase. Very cool. Then we're going to see a Rustvine Cultivator for our Step and Complete foil, with a Bladed Ambassador in regular foil, another Rustvine Cultivator, followed by another Monumental Corruption, also from the Commander set. And then we get the Filigree Silex coming in extended art, with a Sword of Forge and Frontier coming in from the main set foil mythic. This is a phenomenal hit with the non-foil currently valued over $23. Then we're going to see a Panorama Island, beautiful. Then a Silavok Battle Chair, followed by an Exuberant Fuseling, Surgical Skull Bomb, Bladecraft Aspirant, a Contagious Vorak, and then we're going to see a Charge of the Mites at the back. That was a great way to kick off this box. So let's see if we can't keep the value train rolling into pack number 2 here. All right, there we go. All right, this one kicks off with a Phyrexian Mite. And right behind that, we're going to see a Venser Corpse Puppet coming in from Showcase as a foil. Not a high value, but very cool artwork. And behind that, we are going to see the beautiful Copperline Gorge in Borderless. And then just a common Bone Picker Scourge coming in for our Step and Complete, with another Bone Picker Scourge in regular foil, a Quicksilver Fisher, followed by an Ixhel Scion of Atraxa Mythic coming in from the Commander set. Is valued over $1, but not a high value card. And right behind that, we are going to see the Encroaching Mycosynth extended art coming in. Not a high value card either. And then we're going to see the White Sun's Twilight. This card is going to hold some value. Then we're going to see the Phyrexian Mountain, followed by a Watchful Blister Zoa, a Necro Skeeto, the Autonomous Furnace, a Volt Charge. Then we're going to see an Ichor Synthesizer with a Flensing Raptor in the end. All right. Not the best pack number 2, but that's why we bought a full box. So we've got 10 more packs to go. So pack number 3 is going to start off with a Phyrexian Mite. And then we're going to see one of the big hitters. We're going to see Mondrak Glory Dominus coming in here in foil showcase. This is going to be a phenomenal hit at $35.60 for the non-foil version. So we'll definitely take that and put that down below. And then we've got a Tyvar Jubilant Brawler coming in, Planeswalker in Borderless. This card is currently valued at just over $4.18. Very cool. And then we're going to see some welcome duplication here. We're going to see Tyvar again, this time in the Step and Complete treatment. This is going to be valued at $14.64. It's really great to see rares and mythics in this slot. You do get quite a few commons and uncommons, so always good to see that. Next up, we've got ourselves a Sinew Dancer in foil, a Necrogen Rot Priest non-foil, followed by a Kemba's Banner coming in from the Commander set. And behind that, we are going to see the Seed Core in extended art, with an Ovika Enigma Goliath coming in as our rare from the main set, with my favorite land in the whole set, the Plains, with a Necrogen Rot Priest, an Apostle of Invasion, a Basilica Skullbomb, then a Tyrannax Atrocity, a Cutthroat Centurion, and then a Blightbelly Rat in the end. So a very good pack number 2. I don't think I could have asked for anything more with the Mondrak and the 2 Tyvars. I guess the only other thing could have been an Elish Norn, or perhaps the new shining star of the set, the Atraxa Grand Unifier. If you haven't looked, that card is shooting up in value. So we got a Phyrexian Mite here, followed by a Thrun Breaker of Silence coming in foil showcase. And then we are going to see a Mythic Phyrexian Obliterator. Haven't seen this one in a while. The showcase version is currently valued just over $10, so that's a really good hit for us. And behind that, we're going to see a Mythic Step Incomplete, Luca Bound to Ruin. This is going to be a pretty good hit, valued right around $4. Let's see if I can get the angle just right. It's a little hard to see the Step Incomplete shapes of the Phyrexian symbol, but they're there, I promise you. And then we got a Sawblade Scamp, followed by another Sawblade Scamp. And then we're going to see a Synthesis Pod coming out of Commander, not a high value rare. And then we're going to see a Phyrexian Arena in extended art, very cool. And then another shining star of the set, Mercurial Spelldancer. Keep an eye on this card. This card is currently valued over $4 in non-foil. Not sure what the foil is going for, but that's a hit for us. Then we got ourselves a Forest, a Distorted Curiosity, a Gleeful Demolition, followed by a Ruthless Predation, a Kuldotha Crackler, Shieldred's Headcleaver, and a Bring the Ending in the End. So that, I think, was a pretty good pack, seeing a Mythic Step Incomplete and a Mythic Phyrexian Obliterator. All right, moving into this pack, we got a Phyrexian Might, followed by another Mercurial Spelldancer, this time in extended art. This is going to be valued at just over $7 for non-foil. Not sure what the foil is going for, but it'll be on the screen for you. And behind that, we've got ourselves a Bloated Ambassador in Step Incomplete, a Bone Picker Scourge, a Rustifying Cultivator, followed by a Might Overseer. This is going to be one of our Jumpstart rares, and one of the Jumpstart rares valued over $1. Then we're going to see the Monumental Facade in extended art with a Dark Slick Shores coming in and foil from the main set. Then we've got ourselves a Panorama Island, a Rib Skiff, a Trawler Drake, followed by a Phyrexian Atlas, a Molten Rebuke, and then we're going to see a Duelist of Deep Faith and a Glistener Seer. So again, not the best pack. Saw a couple of lands, but not the Mycosynth Gardens. Really struggling. All right, you know what? We're just going to go pull tab on this one. Don't know why it doesn't want to open. All right, this one kicks off with a Rebel Token, followed by another Luca Bound to Ruin, this time in just regular foil. This is valued just around $2. And behind that, if I can separate them, we're going to see a Glistna Sunslayer coming in from Showcase with a Sinew Dancer as Step Incomplete, Sawblade Scamp, Blightbelly Rat, and then we've got a Serum Sovereign. This is going to be one of our Jumpstart rares, followed by an Archfiend of the Dross with a Panorama Mountain, a Noxious Assault, a Magmatic Sprinter, a Prophetic Prism, a Gulping Scrap Trap, a Hazardous Blast, an Indoctrination Attendant, and that'll do it for that pack. All right, so now we're halfway through the box. We've seen quite a few hits here. Let's see if we can't keep the value train rolling. So this one starts off with a Phyrexian Might token, and then we're going to see a Bloated Contaminator coming in foil extended art. Very cool to see that. And behind it, we are going to see a Koth Fire of Resistance, another Planeswalker, not high value though. And then we get a Kinkerbloom in Step Incomplete with a Thrumming Bird, a Mirror Convert, a Gold Warden's Gambit coming in from the Commander set. And behind that, we are going to see a Nissa Ascended Animist coming in foil from the main set. Nice to see that mythic hit there. This is going to be one of our big hitters, valued just over $8. So we'll take a moment and put that down there. And then we've got an Island, a Tainted Observer, a Ravenous Necrotian, an Oil Gorger Troll, a Barbed Batterfist, and a Whisper of the Dross with a prologue to Phyresis in the end. All right, so another decent pack here. Seeing lots of value out of this box so far. Seeing lots of glue on these packages, so let's go pull tab, I guess, for the rest of the video. All right, this one kicks off with a Phyrexian Might. Then we're going to see a Tablet of Completion, followed by a Malakator Purity Overseer in Showcase. Awesome art. And then we're going to see a Blightbelly Rat for our Step Incomplete, a Bone Picker Scourge, a Sawblade Scamp with a Kinzu of the Bleak Coven coming in, Jumpstart rare. And then we're going to see the Eternal Wanderer from the main set as our rare, with a Phyrexian Swamp, and a Thrumming Bird, an Armored Scrap Gorger, a Thirsting Roots, a Copper Longlegs, a Mirian Bardache, with an Aspirant's Ascent. Very cool. All right, sliding into pack number 8 here. Oh, just going to give up on that. This one's going to start off with another Phyrexian Might token here. And right behind that, we are going to see the Filigree Silex, this time in foil, followed by Geth, Thrain of Contracts in Showcase, with a Rustvine Cultivator as our Step and Complete, with a Urabrask Anointer, and then another Sinew Dancer, with a Hexplate Wallbreaker coming in from the Commander set, not a high value card. And then we're going to see a Urabrask's Forge, followed by Malacator Purity Overseer from the main set with a Phyrexian Mountain, a Voidwing Hybrid, a Veil of Assimilation, the Hunter Maze, Testament Bearer, and a Furnace Strider in the with a Sinew Dancer. So no big hits in that last pack, but that's okay. We're bound to get a few out of 12. So let's just forget that ever happened and move on to the next pack. All right, this one kicks off with a Rebel token, followed by a Tyvar Jubilant Brawler, this time in just regular foil borderless. And we're going to see a Zopentrol Hunger Dominus, another mythic coming in, another Dominus here. This is not the highest value Dominus, though. Then we're going to see ourselves a Thrumming Bird, a Bladed Ambassador, another Bladed Ambassador, followed by, if I can separate them, a Tangle Weave Armor coming in from the Commander subset. And then we are going to see, I don't know why these things are sticking together. We're going to see a Conduit of Worlds coming in from the main set in extended art. Very cool to see that. And then another Phyrexian Arena, this time in foil from the main set as our rare, with another Swamp, a Tyvar Stand. Then we're going to see a Cankerbloom, Maze Skullbomb, Carnivorous Canopy, and a Gitaxian Raptor with an Incisor Glider in the end. All right, 2 packs to go. I'm still hoping for something equal to or better than Mondrak. I think that's our biggest hit so far. So we're going to see ourselves a Rebel token, followed by a Copperline Gorge. And if I can get it separated here, I know there's a card behind it. I don't know why this is happening, but we're going to see a Razor Verge Thicket, followed by a Solobad Iron Goblin in Step and Complete with a Quicksilver Fisher, followed by a Blightbelly Rat, a Staff of the Storyteller coming in from the Commander set, and we're going to see a Blade of Shared Souls with another Luca Bound to Ruin, this time foil from the main set. Very nice. And then we're going to see a Forest, followed by a Scheming Aspirant, a Transplant Theorist, a Draw Skullbomb, a Blazing Crescendo, an Infectious Inquiry, and a Mesmerizing Dose in the end. All right, final collector booster pack for this box. Fingers crossed. All right, we got ourselves a Rebel token, followed by an Ovika Enigma Goliath in foil showcase. Then we're going to see our first concept Praetor of the channel. It's Jin-Gitaxias Progress Tyrant. Not the most valuable concept Praetor, but I will certainly take it. This is currently valued just around $18. And then we're going to see an Archfiend of the Dross, another rare coming in from the Step and Complete. And then a Mirror Convert with a Furnace Punisher. And right behind that, again, apologies, we get a Norm's Decree, a Green Sun's Twilight, a Monument to Perfection with a Phyrexian Forest, a Billowas Skull Dweller, Churning Reservoir, Lattice Blade Mantis, Bone Picker Scourge, Escaped Experiment, and a Planar Disruption. So give me just a moment. I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. In today's MTG box analysis, we're going to review the cards that we were eligible to pull out of a collector booster pack and compare that to the cards that we actually saw. Then we'll take a look at set coverage, coverage by rarity, as well as duplication. From a value perspective, we'll take a look at the overall set value and the actual value in this box, and then we'll close it out with a summary. Today I'm also going to share the price trend for the cards in the set since release, and as a bonus, I've prepared a comprehensive comparison of the 3 collector booster boxes opened thus far on the channel. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box, plus at least 80 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's kick things off by taking a look at what we saw in this box. This chart shows all the non-foils we saw in green, the foils we saw in orange, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we were eligible to see everything from the showcase category over to the extended art category on the chart. In these 12 packs, we ended up seeing 19 showcase, 4 borderless, 1 concept Praetor, 12 step and complete foils, and 15 extended art cards. In the traditional foil treatment, we saw almost no variance between the primary colors of Magic, with white and red seeing 12 cards each, and blue, black, and green each having 14. We also saw 15 foil showcase, 4 borderless, and 4 extended art cards in foil. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 16 unique showcase cards, giving us 40% coverage of the category. We also saw 19% of the borderless and 20% of the concept Praetors. 11 of our step and complete foils were unique, which means that we saw 16% of this category. And finally, we saw 15 of the 34 extended art rares in the set for 44% coverage. Add it all up, and we saw 47 unique non-foil cards out of a possible 173, giving us an overall non-foil coverage of 27%. In the traditional foil space, we saw 110 out of a possible 377 cards, which gave us 29% coverage. Our highest coverage was a 3-way tie between blue, black, and green, seeing 36% of the traditionally framed cards in foil. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 73% of the commons and 53% of the uncommons. We also saw 27 rares for 30% coverage and 4 mythics for 7% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 49% of the commons, 32% of the uncommons, and 18 rares for 15% coverage and 5 mythics for 10% coverage. This box contained 45 rares and 9 mythics from the main set, plus 9 rares and a single mythic from the Commander subset, bringing the grand total up to 54 rares and 10 mythics for this box. From a duplication perspective, we saw repeats in the full art basic land, showcase, and step and complete foil categories. In the end, 11 cards were repeated 13 times for a box duplication rate of 8%. And although not technically duplicates because they were different treatments and frames, I did want to make a call out that there were 3 rare Tyvars and 3 mythic Lukas. Now just imagine if those rares were venerated Rot Priests and the mythics were Elish Norms. This box kind of proves that it's sort of possible. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market prices of the cards in the Phyrexia All-We-One set as of February 18th, 2023. This chart shows all 454 cards in the set. The only cards not shown here are the oil-slicked raised foils, which will not be released until March 3rd in the complete bundles. Currently, the set features 51 cards valued over $10, and 6 of these are valued over $75, and another 7 are valued between $50 and $75. The set also features 24 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 60 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 309 cards in the set are valued less than $1. Let's take a look at how the set has been trending in the first 9 days since release. The 261 cards from the main set are up $37.78. The 39 showcase cards are up $44.82, which is an increase of 30%. The 22 borderless cards are also up $32.83. The 6 Phyrexian cards are pretty stable, only seeing a $1.21 gain in the last 9 days. The 5 concept Praetors, however, are up $26.07 or 15% since release. So too are the step and complete foils. Those 67 cards have seen an overall increase of $87.25 or 8%. The 34 extended art rares in the set are up $9.80 or 19%. The 15 basic lands and 5 jumpstart rares are doing virtually nothing and have seen a nominal 18 cents loss since release. On February 10th, these 454 cards had a total market value of $2,056.83, and as of February 18th, they have a market value of $239.58 more at $2,296.41. This is pretty amazing considering the trend of many sets over the last 6 months. I'll continue to report on this metric so we can see how this set stabilizes. Now that we have an understanding of the value of the set and how the set is trending, let's take a look at the actual value that we saw in today's Collector Booster Box, starting off with the non-foils. We saw 3 of the 51 big hits in this box, including the Showcase Phyrexia and Obliterator, currently valued at $10.92, the Step and Complete Tyvart Jubilant Brawler, valued at $14.64, and the first Concept Praetor opened on the channel, the Jin-Gitaxias Progress Tyrant, valued at $18.68. We also saw 1 non-foil valued between $5 and $10, and 13 non-foils valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 43 cards that we saw were all valued less than $1. In the traditional foil treatment, we also saw 3 big hits. They were the Extended Art Mercurial Spell Dancer, valued at $14.74, the Sword of Forge and Frontier from the main set, valued at $28.35, and the most valuable card that we saw today in the box, the Foil Showcase Mondrak Glory Dominus, valued at $38.54. We also saw 2 foils valued between $5 and $10, and 15 foils valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 100 foils in the box, however, were valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon membership for $219 even. The current market price for these boxes is holding strong at $221.69. Today's Collector Booster Box contained 12 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 180 cards. The 12 tokens in the box have a market value of $6.23. The 10 Commander cards that we saw are currently valued at $6.44. The 12 basic lands are currently valued at $10.48. The 67 commons that we saw are valued at $9.08. The 37 uncommons are valued at $8.62, and the 45 rares are valued at $98.79. Finally, the 9 mythics in the box make up the majority of the value at $119.92. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $259.56, which means that this box is a gain of $40.56 and a return of 119% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 27 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined market value of $205.46, which represents 79% of the total current box value. How does this box stack up to the previous boxes I've opened on the channel? Let's find out. So far, I've opened 3 Collector Booster Boxes, one every single Monday for the past few weeks. 2 of these boxes I purchased for $219, and the other one I paid $12 more through another seller. From a coverage perspective, these boxes are very consistent, each containing 27% of the non-foils and 29% of the foils that were eligible to be pulled out of a Collector Booster Box. Duplication was also pretty consistent, ranging between 7 and 8%. From a rare and mythic perspective, today's box contained 42 rares, whereas the previous 2 boxes contained 43. However, today's box contained 9 mythics, and the previous 2 boxes contained between 7 and 8. Each of the Collector Booster Packs contains a slot for an Extended Art Commander card or an Extended Art Jumpstart rare. Today's box and the previous box each contained 9 rares from the Commander subset and 3 Jumpstart rares, but the first box was loaded with 11 Commander rares and a single Jumpstart rare. All 3 boxes have contained a single Commander Mythic, and in each of the boxes there was a single foil rare from the Commander subset. Finally, the Step and Complete foils are kind of a wild card slot in these packs. Today's box and the first box each saw 4 commons, 4 uncommons, 3 rares, and a single mythic. Box 2, however, contains 6 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares, and a single mythic. Now let's take a look at the values of these 3 boxes. I've adjusted all the card prices to the market prices of February 18th, 2023, so we can do a true value comparison for the boxes. From a token perspective, I saw between $6 and $8 in value from the 12 double-sided tokens in these boxes, nothing too special. From the Commander subset, today's box and the last box were not so great, seeing another $6 to $8 in value. However, box 1 was phenomenal, seeing a Clever Concealment and a non-foil and foil Urtet, plus 9 other cards for a total value of $50.32. In the non-foil space, today's box was a real letdown with only $68.18 in total value, whereas the previous box contained more than twice that with $168.58 in value, thanks to the Step and Complete foil Drivnov and the Showcase Atraxa, as well as the Phyrexian Elish Norn. The first box was just amazing, with the Showcase Mondrak, the Showcase Elishnorn, and the Step and Complete foil Mondrak, bringing the total non-foil for that box up to $203.74. In the traditional foil space, today's box was a little bit low, but I would say it was kind of on par with the other boxes, seeing $114.31 in value, whereas the previous box only saw $5 more. That first box, however, saw the most value with $137.85. In the end, today's box generated the least amount of value with $259.56, and that first box was just over $400 in card value. All three boxes are currently valued more than what I paid, producing between 119 and 174% of their purchase price in card value. I hope you've enjoyed this look into 3 different collector booster boxes of Phyrexia OLB1. If you have any feedback, please feel free to drop me a comment, and if you like this content, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, do something amazing.